There we are. All right, cool. 111 Rosstown, 1965 build. Because it is pre-1978, of course we know. Get your asbestos inspection. Three bed, one bath, just under a half acre, 20,473 square feet, 1,400 square foot house. Living space. Fire to verify schools, lot, three bed, one bath, brick home, sits on just under half acre, plenty of space for enjoy outdoor, unfinished walkout basement. So unfinished walkout basement. So okay, tolerable. It's a walkout. It's there, providing potential ever listing space, storage, workshop. Yeah, home needs a little work. Make it a great opportunity for investors, flippers, buyers. Okay, so it's piqued my intention. It's piqued my ears, even for the first-time home buyers. What does needs a little work look like, my friends? Stay thirsty, my friends. What does needs a little work look like? From the outside, I go, yep, it needs a little bit of TLC on the face of the house looks a little unfinished, untamed, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, just the front banister shoot, escape. The front railing is just yeah, that whole front railing thing. It's like either finish that. That looks yeah, it looks a little untamed. Looks needs cleaned up, finished. Um Either you're gonna have concrete here or you're gonna do something, maybe put some like flowers or flower bed or put something in there. It's so plain. That floor that floor needs a little work. It does, and that's perfectly fine. As long as the foundation of the house is solid, you can that'll buff right out. So buff it out, be solid. It looks like they put, I mean that some of that, yeah, interesting design, interesting layout design choices. So, huh, yeah, first thing I'd redo the floor. Um, I'd want to know what's going on with the ceiling a little bit. Like what's up with that? Is there water damage from the roof? Is it what's the condition of the roof? It looks like a new roof. Could be 3 to 5, 1, 3, 5 years old, but I'd have that inspected. Obviously, inspection every time, structural integrity, all that good stuff. Um, Kitchen looks like maybe it's got LVP in there, luxury vinyl planks. Um, I like the cat. I like the design. That's an interesting choice for wallpaper to where it's at. Huh. Fixtures, maybe update those a little bit. It's got some air-based charm, if I remember correctly. What are we looking at? A 65 build. So it's got its uniqueness to it. It looks like all of the cabinet, it looks like the way it was designed was for interchangeability and movability of a couple of the extra. I have to wonder because these are not fixed to the floor, right? A lot of them aren't. There are one, two. This one has to be because it's got a sink attached to it. But it looks like all the countertop space is movable, like Jenga blocks. Huh. I'm sure I know because I've had a kitchen cart that moved around before, and I know you can lock those down and make them stay. But that's all personal preference if you don't mind that. I would say based upon the flow of the house so far, I wouldn't mind that upon moving in. It does, I think what it does there for the buyer is it presents and gives an opportunity to design if you want fixed cabinets, not cabinets, if you want like a fixed counter area, it gives you that opportunity to design your own. I think that was part of the detail, the agent notes was opportunity for making it your own. So that's not bad at all. That just means opportunity. It's a little peculiar, but it is what it is. They probably got rid of the old one, the 65 one, the 1965 era one, and replaced it with movable ones, which basically me says that this house is probably, I mean, obviously, I'm thinking an investor and maybe also an Airbnb for a while. So obviously an investor, but an Airbnb for a while. Probably a degree of fix and flip. So the floor needs redone in the entire house. Again, not a bad thing. Gives you opportunity to really make it your own space if you don't mind putting in that work. So looks like tile in the bathroom. Interesting color choices, but everything is stable. Um, let's see. Basement. Yeah, it's interesting where you can see some things are clean and trim and updated, and some things are not. And that's okay. The basement, that's a nice sized basement. Again, obviously you can see, unfinished basement, HVAC and plumbing and wires and shit are hanging from the ceiling. So if you wanted to get that all finished up or, you know, whatever that case. Personally, I like to have a finished basement, but I don't mind an unfinished basement either. Because I know just because of having investment properties, I understand the benefit of having the accessibility to things. If you have to get in there and like cut out a piece of HVAC, I call it like tubing, but if you have to cut out a vent, any of these vent things, if you have to take out a chunk of it, it's really a lot easier in an unfinished basement than having to carve out ceiling or sometimes, yeah, it's easier. Let's just say that. It's got a nice sized backyard. I like the backyard size. With old trees, because of the area I live in is, well, the area is windy in general. So I would probably have an arborist or somebody come out and like test the tree, trim the tree back a little bit. Personal experience in having trees fallen in houses in my area and some in my backyard off the edge of my ridge. I would probably have somebody do a core sample of that tree or trim off branches that are over top of my house because I would not want branches falling over the house. It doesn't look like they go that far, but again, I wouldn't mind paying an arborist to come out and just take a look at it, do a core sample, maybe trim it back. But yeah, overall, good foundation. Looks like a good foundation. Structural integrity, not in flood zone, not sold as is. Good roof. Needs a little work, yeah. It's the opportunity if you want to, if you don't mind a little elbow work or elbow grease to get the house like up to par where you would want it, where I would have the expectation of it. Is it a reasonable distance from shopping, schools, and town in general? So let's check that. We're at 111 Rosstown Road. 111 Rosstown Road. 111, ha ha ha, we got you. Somebody else on my list will get that. Somebody I know will find that fine. That's an inside joke. All right. 16 minutes away from town. So it's a little bit out there. It's a little bit around in the Kirksville area. Yeah. So, give or take 15 minutes from town, 15 minutes from Walmart. In an emergency, it'd probably take, emergency vehicles, 5, 7 minutes to get out there. If they're speeding, it's going to take, I mean, it is outside of town. So if you need to be closer to town, but if you like being a little bit more secluded out there, a little bit further away, a little bit more, isolated. So if you like your solitude, yeah. Personally, would I would I jump into this house? Let me double check beds and baths again. I want to upgrade. I have 2 bed. So 3 bed, 1 bath. Would I go in this place? Yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's not always my favorite thing to go into something that needs a little bit of extra work, but I also know that it's going to appreciate. Um, and I don't mind that at all. So I'd take a look at it. I would say it's like because I'm not a resounding yes, it would all depend on other features of the deal and the seller's willingness and can I get the loan for this particular place, knowing what needs to go into it. You might get a 203K like working loan or a rehab loan or something like that. It really just depends on other facets of the deal. But visually, would I go for it? It meets all my specs. So yes, I would go with this place. I would if I was looking for a first-time home and I didn't mind putting some work into it, the loan worked out for me in my favor, and and I had some time on it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind making it my own at all. It's a pretty solid price. So yes, I would do this place. I would jump on this.